I'd like to talk to you about how your behavioral style impacts the way you define topics and identify the needs of those you coach. When we coach others, we generally have the best intentions in mind for those we're coaching and are not purposely trying to confuse or mislead them in any way. However, because we have different behavioral and communication styles, the impact our messages can have unfortunately lead to misunderstandings, both by the coach and the person being coached. Consider a few examples. Even though we have the best of intentions in mind for those we coach, our actions may be received differently by others with different behavioral styles, the impact of which is sometimes difficult to predict. Our intentions may not be received by others because their reality, based on what they perceive, is different from our own. We are often unaware of the impact of our actions because our reality, based on what we perceive, is different from the reality of those we coach. The impact, both positive and negative, of our coaching is more important than our best intentions. Let's take a closer look at how our own behavioral style affects the way we coach. Each behavioral style is motivated by different priorities. Because these are our own internal motivators, they seem natural to us. While you may share some motivators with the person you're coaching, this is not always the case. Because of this, there may be a misconception from the very beginning of a coaching relationship. We communicate in a way that reflects our own behavioral style. So we tend to view the world in a way that is aligned to our underlying style and needs. For example, if I'm a coach with a director style, I tend to see the need to get results quickly. So I may want the person I am coaching to get right to business without a lot of chit-chat. I may perceive too much socializing in a sales call, for example, as a waste of time. On the other hand, if I have a relator style, I may view a sales representative who jumps right into a medical discussion as being rude, since in my mind, the representative is not recognizing the need to build and maintain stable relationships that show support for the client in building long-term relationships. A coach with an analyzer style may find it critical for a representative to take a seriously deep dive into the science behind the products, while a persuader coach may put more emphasis on showing a lot of enthusiasm for their products and place less emphasis on the science. It is common to think that the way we see a problem is the way it reflects reality. We observe something, our brain processes it, and we act on the thing we see. But if that were the case, we all would see and react to the world this exact same way. But in fact, what happens is that our behavioral style filters what we see. It helps us interpret the world we observe, and it helps our mind interpret what we see. That filter, our style, is created by many things, including our genetic makeup, our family, the way we were raised, how we were educated, our past experiences, and many other variables. Our brain processes what we perceive through our filter. So our filters, including your behavioral style, drives our behaviors. Not only does our behavioral style act as a filter to help our mind decide what is most important, it also drives the way we communicate. Directors and persuaders are more outspoken and fast-paced than an analyzer or a relator, who tend to have a more cautious and reflective style. Likewise, relators and persuaders are more accepting and warmer in interactions with others than either directors or analyzers, who are more questioning and skeptical. Unless a coach is aware of these tendencies, it is really unlikely that he or she will ever be able to, 1, understand and match the underlying needs of the person being coached, or 2, Connect to that person in a way that will help them better understand the topic or buy into the need for change.